Is this a treat? Is this a chew? Is this food? Is that fresh? For me, I used to eat this. I'm about ready to throw it out. And I used to eat Cheerios too. This has been in my pantry for over a year. I started to think about, what is food? How close is it to being fresh? I started to make the girls' own dog food. I bought this last night at Vons. It's $3.77 a pound. I'm going to grind it and I'm going to cook it lightly. I bought this from Costco. It's $1.69 a pound. I'm going to grind it. I'm going to cook it. I add some salmon skin. I got that from Real Dog Box. For chews now, I give them real edible chews. These are some pig ears, and I want to show you the difference. These pig ears are sourced and made in California. These are sourced from Paraguay. We've got treats like this. When we run out, we go to Petco, we buy some treats. They're like a jerky. They've got a lot of different ingredients, and they even have this in there to keep it fresh, as opposed to fresh, dehydrated, single ingredient, no artificial ingredients, treats and chews that I get from Real Dog Box. Hi everyone, my name is Hannah. I am dog mom to Maggie and Orbit. This is Maggie, and this is Orbit. In front of me is some food. I want to talk about how I feed them and why I do what I do, because they have a history of yeast and allergies. She was a UC dog. She has allergies. I've kept it under control because I want them to be strong from the inside out. I used to feed kibble. Kibble, it's not going to kill them. It's like you and I eating chips, so there's some kibble. It's in there, Furbo. They don't get a lot. I'm going to give them some today. They'll be fine. But I wanted to think about what I could do to make their immune system stronger and how to give them a healthy skin and coat. At the end of this, I'll share what their coat looked like when I was at my wit's end. I started to eat Whole30 myself, and I cook a lot of our own food. I try to eat as little processed food as possible. I love being in the kitchen. So I turned to Real Dog Box. They deliver treats and chews to your home. Now, you can easily make your own treats. I have a dehydrator, but the thing about it is I don't have time. And there are things that I can't source and things that I don't like to make. So for example, each box every month will have a muscle meat, an organ meat, and seafood. This month we've got some green tripe. We've got some liver, and we've got some smelt. The great thing about Real Dog Box is they source, inspect, clean, process all of the treats and chews that you get. When you buy from a store and you look on the label, it says distributed by, and the company name is different from the front of the package. That means they use a co-packer. Someone else is preparing their food to their specifications, which is fine. They've got quality. I just like to know where my food is coming from, just like I buy my own food at the grocery and make it at home. So green tripe has great benefits, probiotic. It goes a long way. When I give them this food, and I call it food, I basically consider it they're part of their daily intake. So with green tripe, they can have the size of 2 quarters a day, so they're very, very hungry. I'm going to give them their daily allowance there. And I will never buy green tripe. I don't know where to find it. I don't know how to make it. I'd rather not. Fish I can make at home, but it's kind of nice to have it come to you and have it be ready to feed. So I used to give and add fish oil to their diet, and I thought, well, how can I feed them the fish oil as opposed to giving them oil in a bottle that was shipped to me from Amazon that has a shelf life of a year? So real food it is. Now, because I'm a fresh food feeder, meaning I cook their own food, I have to add organ meat to their daily diet. Now with liver, you can give them no more than 5% of their daily intake a day. When I used to buy liver from Sprouts or Vons, it's messy, it's stinky. Literally, this is probably too much. I could probably give them this much, and that's their daily intake for dogs their size. There you go. So now we turn to the chews. The chews are how I keep their teeth clean. I don't brush their teeth. They don't like me in their mouth. So every day they get a chew session, anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes, depending on what it is. Each month it changes. You get a light, medium, and heavy chew. This month it's turkey neck. Now look at the size of this neck. This would probably be really good for a Labrador. Now with girls, I mean, it's the size of my head. So when I look at this and I think about how I'm going to feed it to Maggie and Orbit, I can do one of two things. I can give them each a chew and take it away after 20 minutes, or I'll ask their dad to cut it in half and I will give them a chew for part of their dinner. I look at it as a chew, not as an additional thing that they're going to have for the day. It's part of their daily intake. It's got soft bone, it's edible, it's been air dried, so this is safe for them. Before I used to give cow hooves, yak, nylabone, which is great, but it doesn't have any health benefits, so now I just feed them their chews. The other chew in the October box are duck wings. And again, this is pretty big compared to the turkey wing. I would probably be giving this to them as their dinner. And it may not be balanced for the day because for their meal I try to have 2 or 3 different proteins and all the other things that they have. But this I balance for the week. So this will be their dinner on a bath night. I feed them in their crates, or I have a blanket that I put down, and it's their blanket, their chew blanket, and they'll chew on the blanket. Also in this month's box are steer pizzles. These are great. They haven't been bleached. They have no artificial ingredients. When you get your box, you get these nutrition cards, and it talks about the shelf life for each item. So for example, the turkey neck. We recommend storing turkey necks in a cool, dry place or the fridge for up to 30 days. You can also freeze chews for 6 months. And on the card it tells you single ingredient, not processed, naturally air dried for 96 to 100 hours. So that's why I buy it, because honestly, I don't want the stuff sitting on my counter for 5 days while it's drying. I'd rather buy it, have it delivered to me every month, and then I've got diversity in each box. I've got variety. In the year, you get 40 different items delivered to you. The menu changes every month. If you have a dog that has any sort of allergy triggers, you can say no chicken or no bone, all those things. With dogs that have allergies, I actually have everything delivered, and the reason why is I've discovered that what they were allergic to wasn't necessarily the ingredient, but all the other stuff that was in it or the way that it was made. So when it's single ingredient, air dried, something I would make in my own kitchen, I have no problem feeding it to them. They also have super chews. This month it's rolled cow skin. These are great. I ordered 6 this month because these don't smell. Not like these smell, because they're basically, it's like when you take some meat, put it and dry it. So they do have a fragrance to them, but it's kind of like a really strong jerky smell. The rolled cow skin is probably the least smelling out of them. I can have them chew this in the car or while we're visiting friends and family for the holidays. I got 6 of those. And I wanted to talk about some of the other chews because they have their own refrigerator in the garage. This is chicken feet. Pig ears. Remember the pig ear scare? So the difference between their pig ears and the pig ears that made the news is that these pig ears are sourced in California, made in California, where the pig ears that were in the news came from South America. And they were bought by other companies that were putting it in their bins. You put your hand in, and it was people getting salmonella, not dogs. So if you look at the FDA report, last I read it was 143 people. Well, simple way to tackle that is wash your hands. Some other old chews that we have in previous month's box. This is Pizzle. They have had, believe it or not, 3 chew sessions. They barely made a dent. This one they were sharing. This one has probably had about 6 different chew sessions. And with this one, I let them go for about 45 minutes while I'm working in the office. Some other chews that I've had in previous months, they have a few that have bone in them. This is a lamb femur. This is really good for scraping tartar. And so these soft edible chews rub off plaque and get into the little crevices they have in their mouth. This is for scraping off hard tartar and buildup. Orbit tends to be a lazy chewer on the left. Okay, I'll give you some. I'll give you some. Will you sit? Will you? Okay. Okay, you can have some. And so the variety of the different sizes and textures really help get in there. So you can imagine something like this is really scraping the side and the back, where this is probably more scraping just the side and not into all the little crevices. I wanted to show you also some food, and I'll go over some of the other stuff that I have on the table. This is some meat that I bought, so you can see how this is food compared to this is food, but what has more nutrition? I'm gonna guess that this has more nutrition than this kibble, which has been baked out. So when I started to cook for the girls and make them food, and I would look at the food that I made and it was recognizable, I started to question, well, is this recognizable as real food? Or treats, when I do run out of treats, I still buy, I don't know where it is, but I still buy treats from the store. And you know, when I buy a treat that looks like this, I ask myself, well, which would I feed if given the choice? This is what I feed when I run out of food. This is what I feed when I have the choice, because it's real. And this won't hurt them. It's like you and I having some fast food in and out. Anyway, if you are interested in subscribing, I will put our link down in the notes, or you can go to real.dog/Maggie Loves Orbit. This box is $39, and each Super Chew is $8. But if I think about a bag of treats, this bag of treats basically costs $18. So one bag of treats at the store versus Treats and Chews, the value is there for me to feed them fresh. And you'll see the difference in their skin and coat. At the end of this, I think I mentioned it, they used to have really dull, flaky fur, and their allergies were just so bad that that's when I started to say, how can I feed them better, just like I'm eating better? What can I do to make better decisions for my dogs? And you can see now that they're thriving. They have less yeast issues. They still might have an occasional outbreak, but it's not like what it used to be. As I put this away, I just started to think about some other tips I have when you start to feed fresh. Go slow. Portion control is key. I think the reason why some people might not react well, or some dogs might not react well, is going back to someone might give their dog a whole turkey neck. Well, if you think about how big they are, you have to look at the size of your dog and think about, well, what's the right portion for them to eat? When it comes to liver, a small amount goes a long way. And with the green tripe, I'm telling you, this stuff is high potency, high value. You don't need to give them a lot. It's basically food, and so just a small amount goes a long way for them. Go slow, introduce one item at a time, inspect how their number twos are the next day, and that way you can ease them in. I know that when we had our box, I took a good 2 months to go slow with our first box and just really break them into the different items that we had, and that way their stomachs could get used to how rich this food was. Again, if you have any questions, send me a DM. We're Maggie Loves Orbit on Instagram, or you can find us on our website and comment below on our YouTube. Thank you for watching. You guys hungry? Yeah, you're not eating all of this. It's okay.